and welcome back to my channel. It's Nurse Daija. I know y'all probably like, where have I been? But look, I broke my foot, y'all. Like, I broke my foot July 30th, and I just really haven't, wanted to do anything that's YouTube related. And I know y'all know how much of a job this takes, and like, you want to be consistent. And I'm so sorry for not doing that to y'all, but y'all, I was going through real life. And on top of that, if you click the video, then you know why what we're gonna be talking about today. I quit my job and I got drug tested on the same day. So obviously my results came back negative, right? Like, they obviously came back negative. So I just kind of want to talk about that. I want y'all to like recognize that you still can't get randomly drug tested. I'm talking about me quitting, and I'm talking about what is my next plan. So if y'all care about that, y'all just tune in, okay? So let's get to the first thing. I quit my job. So I'm not gonna say I quit, I resigned. And so I resigned because I really felt like where I was, I had gained as much knowledge as I possibly really could from that location and that unit. And they taught me a whole lot, right? Like, they taught me how to be a nurse. And now that I, want to start my travel nursing career, I want to be able to have trust. I wanted to, be secure in my skills, that wherever I go, like, I won't have just one type of nursing. And I felt like I was kind of restricted at the diseases I would see, and restricted at the surgeries that would come to me. So I decided to take a new job at a new hospital. And there I will be working at the float pool, meaning I will be everywhere in the hospital getting so much different types of experience. Plus, if you work in a float pool, you get paid a lot more, okay? Like, y'all know I used to talk about how good I used to get paid before, but now I'm telling you, working in a float pool is where the money is also. So kind of give y'all something like, so when I say I work in the float pool, what does that mean? That means wherever there's a need, wherever unit needs help, that will be the place that I go. So if, like, they say the cardiac floor needs help, I'm going to the cardiac floor. If they say the ortho floor needs help, then I'll go to the ortho. I decided to do med-surg intermediate, so I got some step-down patients. I'll be doing cortisone drips, I'll be doing insulin drips, I'll be doing heparin drips, all sorts of stuff like that, all to gain exposure so that I can be the best travel nurse I can be in May. So, if y'all, I'm gonna go just touch on like how I quit. I gave them like a 3 weeks notice, of course, but the same day that I decided to quit, they decided to drug test me. Now, it was not directed towards me personally. It was some very strange coincidence, but they did decide to drug test me on the spot. My manager came down while I was at work, and she was like, HR wants to do a random drug test on you. And I'm like, okay, bet, like, that's fine. And so she walked me down to the lab. There is no time to, do anything if you would be in that predicament, and let's say you do work in a state where marijuana is legal, right? Well, just because marijuana is legal in that state is just, if they find you with marijuana in your system as a nurse, you can still get in trouble. I just kind of really want to put that warning out. Like, nothing is really worth losing your career, losing your life, like, being high for an hour, or anything. Like, it's not worth it. Not your, worth your career. And I just thank God that, like, I had that mindset, and that everything came out good for me. And I also want to mention that, like, let's say during this time that I had broke my foot, that I had took some oxycodone. Like, I knew a friend who had some, and I didn't get prescribed that. Like, they didn't prescribe me no pain medication. But if I would have took that oxycodone and they saw that in my urine, they would easily assume that I'm stealing. Because if I don't have a prescription for that drug, like, and they test me and the oxycodone is in my system, like, that's a problem too. So knowing that nursing is like a real astute profession, and they hold us like up to here with what they think about us. And so we just always, like, on our off days, on our on days, we have to be on it, and we have to know that we are representing a group of people, nurses, and they expect us to be here all the time. And so that's why I always encourage, don't ever go out with your badge. Try not to go out with your scrubs, because you just don't know. You don't want people getting, a certain stigma about it. So that's just me touching on that drug test. I just really want y'all to know, like, just because y'all don't see nobody getting drug tested, that don't mean they didn't tell y'all they're doing random drug testing. Like, I was shocked because I had never heard anybody talk about, like, oh my gosh, I'm getting randomly drug tested. And when they drug tested me, like, I thought this was crazy. Like, I'm like, wow, they really do that? So take it from my experience. They do random drug tests, and you better be clean, because if you're not, they're reporting you to the board of nursing. So that's all I got to say about that. So now that I'm talking about how I resigned from my job, yay, and how I got randomly drug tested, I'm sure you guys want to know, how in the world did I break my foot? Yeah. So unfortunately, it's not like a really cool story. It's very basic. I was in downtown and I was riding a scooter, and I thought I was big balling, and I thought that I'm sorry, I get a little teary-eyed talking about the story, because this was just a crazy experience for me, y'all. Like, so I was riding down kind of like a hill. It kind of had like a slight indentation, and I'm riding a scooter, and I'm getting to it, and I'm basically riding the scooter back to my car, because we were kind of far from the car. And so we're riding the scooter, and so I noticed that I need to make a left turn to get into the parking where like my car is parked. And so I decided to like glide, like thinking I'm like a professional or something. I don't know who I thought I was, but I decided to like glide. And when I like glide into the left, I try to put my right foot down and kind of keep me stable. But instead, like, it kind of like shot me back, and I landed terribly on my right foot, causing me to break 2 bones in my foot. I've been in this boot since July 30th. It was supposed to be a 6 to 8 week healing process. I think I'm on my like 10th week of the boot. I don't know how many more weeks I have to go. And it's just kind of like really stressing me out. And this is also another reason why having like insurance for like sickness, like random sickness, is so important, because I did not get that. Take this from my mistake. Like, if they give you some insurance, like, you just never know what's gonna happen. For example, I broke my foot. Like, you don't know. And I was thinking, like, why would I need a savings, right? I was thinking in my head, when I was contacting this dude to, work out some investments for me, I was like, why would I need a savings? Like, I can always have a job. Like, I'm a nurse, blah, blah, blah. But you really never know what's going to happen. Obviously, I broke my foot, and that actually caused me not to be able to work on my unit. And like, you can't work on a unit with a boot. So they had to put me somewhere else. But they only gave me like a certain hours of sick time. So like, once them hours ran up, like, it was like, they don't know what they can do for me. So I'm just really praying that everything works out and my boot is taken off in like 2 weeks, and because that's when I start my new job. And I would definitely do a come with me to work day for that, so definitely still tune in. But I appreciate y'all for clicking on this video. I hope this was kind of interesting, a little clip into my life, and y'all stay tuned. And my next video that's gonna be dropping is my Invisalign. I don't know if y'all can see, but teeth is right. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking about that. I'm gonna be talking about, it'll be like my 40th 47th week update from my 20th week update. So it'll be a big difference, and I really want to show you guys that. Anyway, y'all always follow me on Native Love on Instagram. That's NATIVEELOVEE_. And subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like it. Comment below. Let me know if you guys had any experiences with random drug testing. What happened in your case? Or if you guys are starting like a new journey yourself, like share that with me. I want to be a part of y'all. Y'all like my family, like my internet family. Y'all make me who I really am. Like, I mean, I have myself, but y'all give me the exposure. So I really want to make it like a family based type thing. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Deuces.